viewers, this is my review of the Ducati DesertX after 18,000 kilometers, which for my English speaking friends is 11,000 miles. Took me a year to make this video because I wanted to have a complete feeling of the bike in every environment and condition. First of all, let's speak about the elephant in the room. Ducatis are unreliable, or so they say. Is it so? Well, not with this one, at least for my personal experience. I never had a problem with the bike, it never made funny noises, the ride-by-wire always works, everything just works. The only problem I found is the battery, weirdly the only part Ducati does not manufacture. I've been to the Agnello Treffen, which is a winter rally at 2000 meters, 6,500 feet in elevation, and at night we had the lowest temperature ever registered at the event, minus 70 Celsius, which is 1 Fahrenheit for all your Americans. In those temperatures, the lithium-ion battery did not start the bike. Or so I thought, because after cranking the starter 5-6 times, the bike did not start at all. The next day, however, when it was sunny, I insisted on trying to start the bike, and after a dozen or more of cranks, the bike did start making a lot of black smoke, probably from the onboard fuel. So if you live in a cold country or you ride in the winter like me, I suggest you replace the OEM battery with a standard acid lead. This is the only bad thing about this motorcycle, everything else is just fantastic. Even though it has a 21-inch in the front, the bike handles like a multistrada, is smooth and fast. The brakes are incredible. The initial bite is a little weak, which is good because you can pinch them a little bit in off-road condition. But after this short weak bike, they really stop you. Definitely the best brake in the middleweight ADV market and possibly even better than some big ADV. To be fair, the only better brakes I have tested were from the Multistrada before, which is to be expected by Brembo's Dilemma and 330mm disc. The suspension comes from the factory with the softest tune, which I found very bad when riding fast and even worse off-road, so I hardened both the front and the rear shock. Now I still have a comfortable ride while removing rear pitch and front wobble. The engine is powerful, claiming 110 horsepower and 92 Nm of torque. Unfortunately, Euro 5 emission standards make the torque and horsepower have a slight drop around 4,500 and then a pull around 5,000. This is common on almost all bikes nowadays and can be solved with an aftermarket exhaust. Also, this problem is completely removed on low power mode, which brings the power to 75 horsepower. In this mode, the engine and fueling are extremely smooth, which makes it perfect for off-road and urban environment. In fact, every time I'm off-road, I use this mode, because it's useless to have 110 horsepower on the dirt. And if you think I'm wrong, ask Petrucci what he thinks. Engine power is not the only thing you can customize. There are 3 power modes, 9 levels of traction control, 4 levels of ABS, 4 levels of wheelie control, 3 levels of engine brake control, and 2 throttle response mode. Of all possible combinations, you can customize and save 6 of them. I do think the 9 levels of traction control are a little bit too much, since I only use 3 of them, 9 for wet, 5 for sport and 1 for off-road. Protection-wise, Ducati made really nice bar for this bike. I've seen various aftermarket options, but I think the OEM Ducati Performance Guard are still the best. The Performance Kids plate is protective too, and it's mounted to the frame by 2 brackets. As you can see, I fell off the bike a couple of times, and the bar did a nice job. Not a perfect one though, because I found some light scratches in the paint, which I removed with a polishing paint. If you're worried about this, maybe you should have the bike wrapped and customized. But since that is expensive, I decided to use the Ducati tank wrap to give some extra protection from mud and sand, while also adding some good looking graphics. I also have the Ducati hard panniers, which are made by GB, and their quality is top notch. You can spare some money by buying aftermarket panniers, but the Ducati fits much better, as they have flares in the side not to scrape them when you are riding in the corners, and an indentation on the right pannier for the exhaust. So should you buy the Ducati DesertX? If you want the perfect 50-50 on-road off-road bike with absolutely not compromise, then yes, you should. This is the perfect bike for everything. The downside, you have to pay a lot. When I bought the bike, the price was 15k without accessory and 22 with almost full optional. Now it's 16k the base model for the white color and well over 26k for the same configuration that I have now. I hope this video helped you decide whether or not you want this bike. If you have any question, please leave a comment. I always reply to all of them. Also, if you like the video, consider subscribing. Thank you and see you next time.